and they'll give it off to them. They're on the inside handoff, and not much running room at all. They try to go to their short up man, and of course that was that was Gaskell. Gaskell trying to get a little bit of running room, but there wasn't any hole at all that time, and they just stayed close by. So we have 11 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the ball game, and Desert is on the verge, hopefully, if they can continue to attack, win another one tonight.
Well, they've really got the momentum going here in the second half. If they can get a first down here and move in for a score, it'll really take them away.
There's a long pass downfield. It is intercepted by the Big Bear. Just threw the ball up for grabs that time, and that came back to haunt them that time. Just when the ground game was working beautifully, they put up that soft little aerial ball, and it was picked off.
Sands showed some of his youth on that play. He was getting some pressure from the outside from a Big Bear defensive lineman and just put the ball up in the middle, hoping one of his people could run under it. Fine play by the center fielder. He intercepted it. And that'll be interesting to see if Big Bear can capitalize on it. They are a long way to go for a touchdown, but again, they just got to get some kind of offensive motion going to take some of the momentum away from Desert High.
At the 11-yard line, LaCroix goes in motion now. They'll send the fullback right up the middle, and that will be Deal. He is going to be popped hard. Correction on that play. That was Rich Parrott. Rich, the new second and third string fullback in there now, getting a chance to run the ball tonight, giving both Deal and Robolan a little bit of a breather.
Again, this has been a very physical ball game, and again, both coaches are trying to bring in some second and third stringers just to give them a rest.
Doborowski, about a 3-yard gain that time. Second and 7 coming up, and they'll send LaCroix right up the middle, and it looks like he's going to have the first down very close to the 20-yard line. He is an elusive ball carrier. Every time he gets his hands on that ball, it seems like he has a way of slithering away, some kind of a snake.
And again, we've been pointing out the Desert seems to have a penchant for doing a little bit of arm tackling here in the second half. That gives him a chance to keep his legs moving and make that first down.
No word on the Valley Press. Bill Warford tonight. Supposed to be our number 2 man on the booth up here with us, Michael, but we hope that he didn't have any car trouble along the way between Lancaster and here.
There's a whole lot of nothing between Lancaster and here.
Next time we'll have to take him along with us.
Just to make sure.
9 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the ball game. And again, on the post-game show tonight, we'll have our A1 trophy winner from the Desert Scorpions. So stand by. If you're listening, I'm sure you're able to kind of pick out and vote for your own man. Nine minutes and 29 seconds. Carroll goes in motion. They go off to LaCroix, and the Scorpions smell it, and they're going to bang him on down for maybe about a yard at most on the play.
Fine defense by Desert. They tried to run a little bit of misdirection. Even though they did get the first down, Desert did a fine job of moving with the flow and staying on the quarterback and being able to tackle him, even though they did get a first down, at least for a short gain.
Thank you, Chris Compton. Somebody's a pickpocket back behind me and took my pen. 9 minutes and 7 seconds to go in this football game, and we have a dandy here on the base at Edwards.
The hand is quicker than the eye, Bob.
Right you are. Carroll in motion. LaCroix, a big hole up the middle, but it closes in a hurry. They slam the doors shut by the Scorpions, and up front, a good, hard-hitting job defensively. Manu and Nolan right there in the middle of the fray, along with some help by a bunch of those Scorpions as they gathered around the ball carrier. And defensive end Tony Embry also got in on the play.
Fine defense by the Desert Scorpion linebackers. They really closed that hole and went to the ball carrier very well and made sure of the tackle.
24-yard line, 2nd and 7. Carroll's in motion. Goes off to the outside. Doborowski rolls to the outside. They're after him. Can they stop him? Very close to the first down. Hit out of bounds at the 28-yard line. He didn't make it. Good pursuit to the outside. Nolan got out there along with Pat Gaskell that time, and they really hammered him. They like to see that quarterback in open field with the ball and no protection.
Well, now Big Bear's going back to what was very effective for them early in the first half, earlier in the game, doing some misdirection, letting their quarterback take the ball outside and then running some quick openers to the inside. They're trying to reestablish some kind of momentum here in the game.
And it's 3rd and 4 with 8:15 to go. The ball at the 28-yard line. Doborowski inside. LaCroix has the first down. He pushes his interference ahead and all the way out to the 40-yard line. LaCroix, a good hard runner, and he keeps those legs churning like pistons.
Well, we've seen two fine runners so far today, Gaston for Desert and LaCroix for Big Bear. LaCroix has been consistently getting that 9 and 10-yard gain and has done a fine job of keeping the Big Bear offense moving.
So first down, much better field position near the 40-yard line for Big Bear. Plenty of time to go. 7 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Here's Gilborowski to throw. Throws out in the flat. The ball's badly thrown behind his wide receiver. That's Keith Carroll. Carroll is a dangerous man. And, of course, we have some work on some of the injured football players in the sidelines for Desert Scorpions. It looks like we have a muscle cramp, possibly. And that would be Pat Gaskell. It is down on the sidelines. It was a very warm day today, Mike, but it is warming up. And, of course, that will sometimes happen on those warmer nights.
The way they're looking at him, it does look like he's got a cramp. He might have just gotten a knee or a foot on his leg when he was extending, and that can also cause a cramp.
Here's the reverse coming to the outside, and they're after Carroll. Can they possibly catch him? The Scorpions are going to smell it and bring him on down. What a beautiful job defensively by the Desert Scorpions. And they got all over Joe Bill Dryden. 5'11", 150 pounds, strung him out. They had 3 men out there with him, and they brought him down for a loss in the play. What a job.
And even though he didn't make the tackle, you can give Moy a lot of credit for seeing that play and forcing Carroll to go outside and give the inside pursuit a chance to make the tackle.
Milt Johnson, the free safety, makes a deep drop. Gilborowski's going to throw. The man is in and out of his hands and intended for his wide receiver on that pass play, and that was Steve Berry. Berry got in triple coverage, and the Scorpions were all around like a hornet's nest that time, and they had him pretty well corralled.
Good defense by the Desert Scorpions. There just was no openings for the quarterback, Grabowski, to get the ball to his wide receiver.
Slight delay by the referee out on the field as Dobrowski will drop back to punt at his own 28-yard line. Approaches the ball, gets off a high wobbler this time. Gaskell's after the ball, catches it at the 28 over the 30. Breaks a tackle and hit down at the 37-yard line. What a job by Pat Gaskell that time. 5'10", 165 pounds, and that took an awful lot of courage coming up on the dead run and then running the ball for good yardage.
And there wasn't anybody there for him to help him. He just took the ball and ran it upfield. Got another look at Gaston being worked on. It looks like, again, like a cramp. And Desert can't hope they can't lose him because he's been such an effective runner. And we just got a baseball score for those of us that are listening on the radio tonight. The Dodgers are leading the Giants 4-0.
On a grand slam home run by Rick Mundy.
He always comes through. You can always count on the veterans.
Late in the season.
They know that's the time when the paychecks really count.
We have a delay on the field with 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go. The Scorpions lead Big Bear by a score of 16-7.
The Carpenters invite you to take a short drive to the peaceful beauty that is Concord Estates. Enjoy the 360-degree hilltop view high on the Anaverdi Hills. Explore the exciting design of each Concord home, located on a full 1-acre view site. Energy-efficient design and appliances, including a microwave, formal dining room, sunken living room, and more. Every luxury convenience for elegant executive living. And the Carpenters real estate professionals can arrange a home trade-in plan with 11% financing over 29.5 years with 15 years fixed interest. Concord Estates are open every day from 10 to 5. Take the Antelope Valley Freeway to the Avenue S exit, go west half a mile, and you're at the gate of Concord Estates.
A couple of first downs by the Scorpions in this drive could run off an awful lot of clock. We have 6:26 to go. They'll hand it off to Moy. The big fullback just hammers his way out to the 45-yard line. He is an electrifying runner and big and strong at 6 foot 213. Has to go both ways.
And he's big enough to do it. He's big enough to be an offensive lineman for most high school teams. He hits the hole very well, runs straight into the hole and hits it very hard and gets a lot of good yardage. Again, the offensive line is opening those holes for the Scorpions.
5:57 to go in the game now. At the 45-yard line. Sands hands it up to Moy again. Moy has the first down, and he just carries those Bears on his back all of the way into the Bear territory. What a job by Mike Moy.
Not only does this kind of a drive eat up the clock, it also eats away the confidence of Big Bear. You have someone like Moy, you just keep handing the ball to him. He picks up 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, gets the first downs. That just breaks up your confidence and really makes it hard for you to make the tackle. Doesn't look like Big Bear's hitting with quite the same enthusiasm they were earlier in the game.
Pat Gaskell comes out of the lineup, and they give Frank Hernandez a chance at cornerback. Great speed. A correction as a wide receiver. Now here's Vigil. Vigil over the left-hand side. He's a little guy at 5'8", 145-pound sophomore, but he is electrifying. So John Vigil giving Gaskell a chance to rest as the fullback, and so now wide receiver Frank Hernandez comes off, giving Mitch Johnson, or Milton Johnson rather, a chance to go back in offensively. Second down and 9. We're coming up to the 5-minute mark. Now, Mike, here's a situation here. I hope they don't go up on top. I hope they just continue to eat up the ground.
Well, Matthews might be thinking this would be a good time to go up. You got to get your quarterback ready for the rest of the year. Give him some pressure. Let him see how he responds.
And here's Moy over the right-hand side, and he bangs his way down to the 41-yard line. Beautiful job, Chris.
Absolutely. I'm enjoying this game more than heck.
Chris, you have this thing so well organized. You as the director and the switcher, it looks like you got everything delegated.
That's right. I'm going to sit back and take a little vacation until tomorrow when we go down to Vista.
Okay, Chris Compton running the whole show as our executive producer, Bob Edelman. First time he didn't make the trip with us here tonight. We miss him. 3rd and 5 on the attack, but we have whistles sounding on the field, and flags go down, and it looks like the Scorpions stayed around in their huddle a little bit too long and delayed getting that snap number off, so it'll cost them 5 yards. Now the clock starts to get to be an important factor in the ball game. We have 4 minutes and 13 seconds to go. And, Mike, that's a very costly penalty because they had short yardage where they could have gone for the first down, continue to eat up the clock. Now they have long to go.
That's right. They were 5 yards away, and the way they have been running the ball, that isn't that far for them. Now it's 10 yards. This forces Matthews to make a decision whether he wants to take a chance with Sands on the pass or just run the ball and hope for the best.
At the 46-yard line, 3rd and 10. Scorpions looking good now, and they go up to Vigil over the left-hand side, and Vigil is cracked down to the 41-yard line. Running hard, Charles Arvizo, 5'11", 187-pound outside defensive end, got a hold of Vigil and brought him down. So the clock now is ticking away at 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the ball game. 4th and 5. It's punting time for the Scorpions, and they need one now that'll pin the Bears deep inside their own territory. Has to have a good snap and plenty of time to... Boy, they're not gonna... Yes, they are. They keep Brian Russell deep. He stands at his own 49-yard line. But now a delay of game again, it looks as though, as the referee walks back and says the Scorpions, they think they're playing a pro football game where they have a 30-second clock.
Well, there was a problem with, again, the Desert Scorpions had some people running onto the field at the very last minute, and that cost them another 5 yards, although in this situation, really doesn't make that much difference. Either way, a good punt will pin the Big Bear Bears back in their own territory.
So Carroll will be the lone receiver, and he'll drop deep. Brian Russell now is going to have to kick it a little bit further following those 2 consecutive penalties. Oh, he had to really go after it and almost blocked it, but he didn't rough the kicker, and it's going to go a good Scorpion bounce, a great bounce for the Scorpions, all the way down to the 15-yard line. And they almost roughed him on a good 3-man charge.
Well, it shows that the second half has been all Desert Scorpions. A bad snap, a good rush. It just barely gets the ball away, and it takes a great roll for the Desert Scorpions. They pin him back on their own 15-yard line, and that really gives Big Bear a lot of real estate to cover with very little time.
If Desert High can prevent a first down on this series of drive, they could run out the clock. Now Dobrowski's back to throw. Throws. Oh, and it's knocked down. What a job defensively by the Desert Scorpions. Up front, Ron Manu. Manu stepped up there and really put a hit on the receiver, Carroll, as he just came into that zone.
Desert looks very strong, especially in the linebackers with Moy and Manu. They respond to the ball quickly, and they really do make good, strong tackles. In that case, he just separated the receiver from the ball. Good defense by Desert.
2:56 to go in the ball game. Now they have a triple wide out to the left. Here's Dobrowski's back to throw. Throws out, and it is going to be bobbled and dropped by Joey Felice, 5'9", 145 pounds. And, you know, he heard footsteps that time, Mike, because he was open. Looks like he should have hung onto the ball.
That's when hitting people throughout the game very hard, as Desert has been doing all night, the defense. That's when it starts to affect the receivers. Even when there's nobody around them, they start expecting that hit to come, and it takes some of their mind off of the concentration of catching the ball.
2 minutes and 49 seconds to go. Dobrowski's throwing long, and it is caught again out there in the flat by Carroll. And Carroll is hit out of bounds for the first down. Boy, that is a dangerous play, Mike.
He threw that ball a long way across the field. There's a lot of hands in the way, but he made a fine throw, hit Carroll right on the numbers, and was able to pick it up for the first down.
2 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the ball game, and first down. He's back to throwing. The ball is in and out of the hands and almost caught. The man was wide open again. That was LaCroix, and he's a guy that you don't want to see get the ball downfield like that. That guy's devastating the way he can take off with it.
Fine defense by number 63 for the Desert Scorpions as a linebacking crew stepped in front and was able to tip the ball away at the last minute.
2 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the ball game. It's second down and 10. Big Bear, in desperation, trying to get that first down. Scorpions trying to stop him. They give it off on a draw to LaCroix. No, correction, it's Parrott. Parrott is going to be belted on down, and what a job defensively up front by David Pence. 6 foot, 195-pound senior, and Pence stayed right with him one-on-one and brought him down. So they're going to concede some yardage, but not that big gainer. It's out to the 33-yard line now. We're coming up to 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the ball game. If the Scorpions can prevent a first down here, they'll be able to run out the clock. Great ball game tonight by both teams. The Scorpions want to make it a perfect season, 4-0. They lead it now by a score of 16-7. Dobrowski's back to throw. Pumps, throws, and it's intercepted by Moy. Moy is hit down at the 30-yard line, and flags are down upfield. And that could be a late hit on the quarterback. Let's wait and see. Moy picked it off. And while we have a delay on the action, with 1:56 to go in the ball game, the Scorpions lead this one 16-7 over Big Bear.
There's nothing like a good football game to work up a healthy appetite. All that cheering and hollering can make you hungry. And there's nothing like McDonald's to satisfy those hunger pangs. Have you tried those tasty chicken McNuggets yet? You'll love them. Or how about a Filet-O-Fish sandwich or the trusted Big Mac? And for large appetites, McDonald's has a quarter pounder, plus great fries and hot cherry or apple pies to top it off. After the game tonight, why not meet at McDonald's? They do it all for you.
The special teams come off the field, Mike, and they're going to walk off a big major penalty. We haven't been able to tell so far exactly what could have happened, but Moy stepped up in front of the receiver and picked that baby off, made a good run back, and an illegal block downfield by the Desert Scorpions, but the Scorpions have the ball. That's the main thing.
That was a fine defensive play by Moy. He stepped right in front of the intended receiver and was able to get the ball back. Been the defense for the Desert Scorpions. They turned this game around both in the end of the first half and here at the second half. They're the part of the team that's really made this victory possible.
1:48 to go. And now Moy is running it straight ahead. No, that's quarterback keeper. That is Sands. What a job this sophomore has done tonight. All the way down near the 20-yard line for a first down. Now it's just a matter of running out the clock. They would like to score again, but they're going to settle for just hanging onto the ball and eating up the seconds.
Fine play by Sands. It was, again, a very quick count. Just get up to the line and snap it and go. They caught the Big Bear defense flat-footed, and he ran about 20 yards before anybody even put a hand on him.
All the way down to the 19. First down. 1.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Sands goes off to Vigil. Vigil is going to be hit down for a short yardage over the right-hand side, maybe about 4 or 5 yards near the 15. So they just eat up the clock. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in the game. Hernandez comes off. Milton Johnson goes back on. They're inside the 15, as a matter of fact. Call it close to the 14. Scorpions looking very good in the second half. They are rusty, a little bit flat in the first half, but they came out smoking the second half and got 16 points. Over the right-hand side, twisting and turning, heading for the end zone. Touchdown by Pat Gaskell. Gaskell from 14 yards out, Mike.
Fine run by Gaskell, a big hole on the right side. That just shows some of Big Bear's frustration. He just took the ball, made a fine run, hit the hole on the right side, then cut it back up into the middle, and went virtually untouched into the end zone to make it 22-7 and really ice the game for the Desert Scorpions tonight.
Now let's see if they go at the point after, or if they send Mike Moy in for the automatic two-pointer. The Scorpions are going to win this ball game tonight. They now have a score of 22-7, and they're going to beat Big Bear here tonight, and it looks like finally they're going to go with the ball on the tee. So it's Brian Russell. Russell will try the point after from the 10. Sands will hold. The ball's down on the tee. The kick is up. It's high and far, and it is. They signaled. They say good. So it's now 23-7 with 52 seconds to go in the ball game.
For excellence in dining and lodging in the Antelope Valley, it's the Desert Inn Motor Hotel and Restaurant. Enjoy their coffee shop's $5.95 prime rib dinner special each Friday and Saturday night. Don't miss the Sunday morning champagne brunch, too, and the beautiful Granada room, and relax each evening with dancing and good music. The Desert Inn can also help with your banquet needs. Have your friends or relatives stay in luxurious lodgings with heated swimming pools and a unique gift counter in the lobby. That's the Desert Inn Motor Hotel and Restaurant, 44219 Sierra Highway in Lancaster.
The Scorpions have won their fourth consecutive ball game, and following the blitz that they put on last year to win the Inland Conference CIF Championship, they're off to the races again. A close ball game in double overtime against Roseman that they won last week, but they've opened up here in the second half and put on an awesome offensive attack. And also, they weren't really too shabby defensively either, were they, Mike?
Defense has done a fine job here, and I think that's what teams in the Desert Inyo Conference are going to have to look out for. Desert has a very strong defense, especially the linebackers. They look to be, they're going to be in just about every game this year.
Jones will kick off. It's one to Carroll. Carroll is at the 12 over the 15, comes to the near side, looks at the 20, going to be hit, breaks out of a tackle, might go all the way. There's one man left to catch him. Oh, what an open field hit by Gaskell. Gaskell that just scored the touchdown had a one-on-one. He was the last man between the goal line and that running back, and he put a hit on him.
That's textbook open field tackle in that place. Gaskell knew where had Carroll lined up, and then he didn't just wait for Carroll to come to him. He went at Carroll and forced him to make a move, and when he didn't, he was able to cut him down for the touchdown-saving play.
And the officials are going to say that the Scorpions are going to call a timeout. So with 43 seconds to go in this ball game, the Scorpions lead Big Bear by a score of 23-7.
Why do football fans love McDonald's? Lots of reasons. First, of course, is all that great food. Big Macs, Quarter Pounders, Filet-O-Fish sandwiches, delicious crispy French fries, piping hot cherry apple pies, and the latest treat at McDonald's, the McRib sandwich. Football fans love the convenience of McDonald's, too. Fast, friendly service, so you won't miss the opening kickoff. And, of course, everyone loves a good economical meal. No doubt about it. Game night is a great time for McDonald's. They do it all for you.
KOTE, Lancaster, California. We're in the closing seconds of this ball game. 43 seconds left, and we'll have the A1 trophy winner on the post-game show tonight. You don't want to miss that one. We'll probably won't come as too much of a surprise to you. We again want to thank our sponsors for helping to bring this ball game to us here tonight. Of course, it's McDonald's Restaurant, the Desert Inn, Carpenter's Real Estate, and Valley Imports on the pregame show, and, of course, AV Cablevision. And we'll be having a couple of those guys we'll hear about on the postgame show while we're wrapping up, and also having the A1 trophy winner after the ball game from the Desert Scorpions. It's just a matter now of running out the clock. The Big Bear would like to score again, but it won't mean anything. They have the ball at the 49-yard line. Doborowski's dropping the throw. Sets up, has time, throws long. It is in.